Good morning, YouTube. It's the day after a brief snowstorm here in the Doniana Mountains, southern New Mexico, Las Cruces. Hope everybody's doing well. Unbelievable, but it actually snowed 2 days ago and this was covered, and now it's gone. But anyway, couple of things. I'm sorry I haven't put a video up in a while. It's been super busy at work, working a lot of hours. I hope everybody's doing well. And we have only about a week till election day, but we won't get into the politics of that. KRX, here she is, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things today. First of all, she just hit 3,600 miles. For 3,600 miles, I'm extremely pleased. Haven't had any issues whatsoever except that one bearing that I had. It's been running like a champ, flawlessly. I'm really enjoying this machine, and I've got a couple of things that I'm going to do to it. I've had the rear bumper for some time now, but because of the location that I've had this this light bar mounted on the back for a reverse light, which is hooked into a toggle switch, it doesn't give me enough clearance to put the rear bumper on. It's hitting this, so I'm going to have to rethink where I'm gonna put that. Maybe move it up here somehow to the top of the Super UTV. I'm not sure, but I really like that for night riding when I back up. It's just super bright, but it's not allowing me to put the rear bumper on. So we'll see excuse me, how that thought process works out. So another thing I want to do to it is upgrade the exhaust. I don't think I'm going to do a full-blown exhaust on it, but I think I'm just going to do something like a Trinity or a Graves slip-on cat remover. Here in New Mexico, we're fortunate we don't need to have a cat, so I haven't thought that through, but I'm probably going to do that. The STI X-Comp tires, the Gladiators, are running perfect. But yeah, a lot of miles on this bad boy, but really pleased with it. The one thing I'm going to talk about today, and it kind of just, I guess it was gradual, but I didn't notice it as much until I started, I guess it started getting cold, and I'm not sure if that had any influence on the metal or the springs in any different way, but I am really noticing spring sag now. Kind of hard to see, but I mean, I've lost literally almost 2 full inches of clearance. And if you look at some of the other videos, when I had fewer miles and less time on this bad boy, I had a lot less sag and a lot more clearance. But I'm noticing, even going over some of the trails out here, I'm bottoming out and where I never used to. So spring sag, and I'm gonna try to back up here excuse me, and maybe I'm not on a good location for you to see it, but you can see the tires also kind of sitting like this, more so than they used to. So they're kind of sitting at an angle, and that's also attributed to the spring sag. Also noticing, because of the tilt on the tires, and by the way, I've had these rotated, so these were on the back just 600 miles ago, and now they're moved to the front. But you can notice, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but this area slightly more worn on the inside than on the out. So again, because of the way the tire's sitting. But that's the bad news. The good news is, next week here, she's going to be taking a trip to Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm going to go see the boys out at Shock Therapy, and they are going to do their spring kit and their suspension improvement package for me. So they're going to basically replace the stock springs, and they're going to have a spring kit that they create. By the way, these guys, you got to go see them. Look at their videos, guys. I've linked one of their videos to one of mine that I did, a video I did, I think it was second video ago, about their track width scrub and the way that Cowie handles it. But check out their stuff. I'll put another link in the video below here. They are just some of the utmost experts in suspension. They tune and create kits. They have kits for almost every single UTV out there. Everything from your Rangers and your hunting work vehicles all the way to the Can-Ams, the Polaris, and all the sports side-by-sides. But anyway, their spring kits are guaranteed for life, and they're only going to settle one time, and they adjust your unit based on what you have and your weight you're carrying. Do you have a windshield? Is it a glass windshield? Do you have a roof? Is it an audio roof? Do you carry a toolbox? Do you carry an ice chest? What is the average weight of yourself? Don't want to say that about me, but anyway, and your passenger. And all this information, there's several other questions asking you what accessories you have on there. There's several other questions that they use to determine the correct setup and the correct package, how to tune your particular UTV or ATV, if you will. So I've got that set up, appointment. And by the way, if you guys want to have your machine done by them and you live close to them in the desert Southwest and you want them to do the work, you need to call them way in advance. Took me, probably 4 months to get an appointment. They are totally booked. They're doing a ton of vehicles on a daily basis, but we are heading out there next Thursday, and they're supposedly going to be able to get it done in one day. So by the time I get this back, it'll have the shock therapy spring kit, and of course they're going to do the shock work on it as well. So I'll do a separate video. This is kind of the before. I'll do the after. Now this guy, stock, I've said previously, has one of the best suspensions, in my opinion, in a stock sports side-by-side. I mean, the geometry on this thing is perfect. It doesn't have track width scrub. I mean, it's just plush. It rides extremely well. And if you guys don't take my word for it, go out and ride one. You guys that own one will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Once I get the spring kit and the suspension done out by Shock Therapy, I'll do an after video on it with some afterthoughts, and I'll hopefully be able to shoot some video when I'm dropping it off. Maybe get a couple of the guys to comment on how they, while I'm out there, on how they do the tune kits and the suspension springs and how they adjust them for each individual situation. But I'll do an after video to kind of let you know what my personal experience is once I have the work done and the spring kits and the shock work is done. Now, if you guys don't live in this area or you don't live close to Phoenix, I'm driving 6.5 hours just to get it there. You can also order their kits online. And if you go to their website, Shock Therapy, you can put in your make, model, and it'll ask you those questions. Do you have a roof? What accessories do you have? Front bumper, rear bumper? What's the average weight? What your riding conditions? What's the environment? All these things will influence the way they ship you the kit. And I know a lot of you guys do it yourself. That's great. I'm not one to do it. I've said before, and I'll say it again, I don't have the time nor the desire to do this type of stuff. I let somebody else do the work. But you can order their kits for just about any vehicle and have it shipped to you directly if you'd rather do the work yourself. But from all the research I've done, their kits are phenomenal. Their spring kits are lifetime warranted, and it's supposed to improve this thing greatly, and it's already a really, really good suspension system. So I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to see what the outcome is and to get that back out here once the work is done. And again, just a brief area, the Donianas, you know, it's all lava, desert, hard pack rock, but it's hard pack rock, sand, dirt, jagged rocks, climbing, You'll see a trail over there in the distance, loose rock, just a variety of terrain, and this thing eats it up. I can't wait to see how it really tears it up once the work is done and the kit's on. So I'm pretty excited, but we're going to be heading out there, guys. I appreciate all the questions, the emails, the support. Please like and subscribe. If you do have any questions, I do try to answer them to the best of my ability. I don't get paid for this, guys. I do these videos so you people can research and see from my perspective what these UTVs are about and how they work. And I know when I was shopping for them, I went to YouTube. There's no better resource than actually researching somebody that's owned one and used it. So that's why I do these. But a big shout out to Shock Therapy. Can't wait to meet you guys and go out there. Thanks again for everything. I hope you all are safe. And again, hit that like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. I'll try to answer. Hope everybody has a great November and a great holiday season. I'll be putting a video up right after we get back and get some trail time on this. So we'll see you in the next video.